It's like Justin Baldoni saying, I'd love to work with Blake again.
Ooh, and even the audience is like laughing, but like, should we laugh with this given what you did last week?
Blake Lively has captured everyone's attention once again, but this time it's not due to a blockbuster role or a stunning fashion moment. Instead, word has spread that she is filing an $80 million lawsuit against Saturday Night Live after a tense on-air incident that left her feeling exposed in front of millions. How did a single night's comedy sketch escalate into a legal battle with one of television's most iconic institutions? And what does this high-stakes showdown reveal about the lengths celebrities will go to in order to protect their public image? Let's break down the chain of events behind this jaw-dropping clash between Blake and the legendary late-night show. Today's story centers around a shocking turn of events involving Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and a biting on-air remark that spiraled into a full-blown legal and public relations crisis. Viewers saw them go from being one of Hollywood's most adored couples to experiencing embarrassment on live television. A new scandal surrounding Ryan's comments added fuel to the fire, leading to a frantic effort to regain control of the narrative through extraordinary measures. So, how did it all unfold? Not long ago, Saturday Night Live aired a segment featuring one of its regulars, Colin Jost, who casually slipped in a remark that left Blake and Ryan visibly rattled. This offhand comment took their already rumored legal drama, believed to be worth hundreds of millions, and catapulted it into mainstream attention. Suddenly, social media was buzzing with discussions about Blake Lively's lawsuit, Ryan's involvement, and the behind-the-scenes whispers that had been circulating for months. As speculation swirled, the public's curiosity only intensified. What exactly was said on air that pushed Blake to take such drastic legal action? How has Ryan responded to the controversy? And more importantly, what impact could this battle have on the entertainment industry as a whole? Stay tuned as we uncover every detail of this unfolding drama and the shocking twists that continue to emerge.
And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to fill.
But this setup was simple. Ryan Reynolds decided to appear on SNL at a time when he and Blake were already under significant pressure. They were dealing with rumors of trouble involving another celebrity, Justin Baldoni, who allegedly had a complicated history with Blake. Right in the midst of this tension, Ryan made a comedic cameo, seemingly believing that a lighthearted appearance would be the right move despite the looming legal storm. However, a single offhand question, "Hey Ryan, how's it going?" led him to respond with a joke that subtly implied he was anxious about hidden issues. The audience reacted with a mix of laughter and shock, sensing something real beneath the humor. Enter Colin Jost, whose off-the-cuff, yet likely carefully planned commentary took aim at Justin Baldoni's rumored desire to work with Blake again. His remark began as a broader political analogy, but suddenly flipped, targeting Blake directly. Many viewers felt this was a risky move, a comedic jab that tied Justin's supposed interest in collaborating again to a potentially doomed political relationship. It was a brief line, but it landed with impact. Some online commentators noted that Colin Jost is married to Scarlett Johansson, one of Ryan Reynolds' well-known exes, adding yet another layer of intrigue to the moment. Regardless of intent, the audience immediately recognized that a loaded personal dig had just been delivered. On live television, the internet exploded. Fans love analyzing every detail of Hollywood relationships, and this moment provided prime material. News outlets and social media users latched onto that brief exchange, with many calling it disastrous for Blake's carefully curated image as a gracious and relatable star. Almost instantly, articles began questioning her authenticity, re-examining old rumors, and mocking the idea that Justin Baldoni would ever truly want to work with her again. Social media erupted, with theories, memes, and heated debates. Within 24 hours, 3.5 million people had viewed or reposted snippets of the joke, transforming it into a viral sensation. According to whispers within the industry, Blake panicked. This wasn't just another negative headline. It was an everyone is laughing, pointing fingers, and losing trust moment. Older interviews in which fellow A-listers once praised Blake were now being revisited with a newfound cynicism, questioning whether that praise had ever been genuine. Meanwhile, Ryan faced fresh scrutiny for making jokes at a time when he should have been quietly handling their shared crisis. In an effort to manage the fallout, Blake made a dramatic move. She hired Nick Shapiro, an individual with reported ties to high-level intelligence work, including alleged involvement in media-focused crisis management. People found this decision unusual. While Hollywood stars often bring in crisis PR teams, it's rare to enlist someone with a background in intelligence operations. This level of involvement signaled just how desperate or serious the situation might have become for her.
Why? Because, we're making light of the whole situation because it centers on your wife accusing a guy of, right? That's why it's no laughing matter. So
online commentators were quick to point out an apparent contradiction. Blake had previously criticized others, including Justin Baldoni, for using strong PR tactics to shape public perception. Now, those same critics accused her of hypocrisy, labeling Justin's actions as manipulative while bringing in someone rumored to have managed high-level political controversies. Suddenly, the lawsuit chatter took on a new dimension. It no longer seemed just about legal grievances. It began to feel like an orchestrated campaign to control the narrative. The press became flooded with headlines such as "Huge win for Blake" and "Judge backs Blake's legal strategy." However, those who looked closely found little actual evidence of her scoring major legal victories. Observers noted that Blake's court requests had reportedly been scaled back or even rejected, despite the media's portrayal of a sweeping success. Rather than diffusing the controversy, each new PR push only seemed to draw more attention to the underlying conflicts. Some fans began questioning why, if Blake's case was truly strong, she needed such extraordinary measures. Rumors swirled that the judge had dismissed portions of her claims as overreaching, leading to cracks in her credibility. People who might have otherwise supported Blake's cause suddenly began doubting the entire premise. Meanwhile, media coverage shifted toward Ryan Reynolds, who found himself facing an embarrassing controversy of his own. An old clip resurfaced in which he humorously recounted a story about unintentionally staring at a woman breastfeeding in public. While this might have once been dismissed as an awkward comedic anecdote, it took on a different weight when compared to Blake's recent allegations against another individual, James Heath. Blake had accused Heath of making eye contact while she was nursing, an action she deemed inappropriate and violating. Critics quickly pointed out the contradiction. If Blake found fleeting glances deeply intrusive, how could Ryan's admitted extended staring be brushed off as harmless humor? The contradiction struck a nerve. Many felt that Blake and Ryan were applying one set of rules to themselves and another to everyone else. Ryan's comedic reputation suddenly clashed with the seriousness of Blake's allegations, creating an inconsistency that undercut public sympathy for her. Those who had initially supported her began questioning whether her accusations had been exaggerated, further complicating an already volatile situation.
Who else has a question?
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Then, the dominoes began to fall. In Hollywood, image is everything, and support can disappear overnight. Instead of witnessing a wave of big names rallying behind Blake, her co-stars and industry partners responded with tepid, awkward remarks. When asked about her, they either seemed uncomfortable discussing her or pivoted to generic statements about supporting everyone. One example came from a castmate in Blake's upcoming project, who was asked, "How are you supporting her at this time?" His response was vague. "It's complicated." Another high-profile colleague offered the bare minimum of praise, mostly to preserve the film's marketability, but stopped short of enthusiastically defending her. Commentators noted that this is what happens when an A-list figure becomes a liability. No one openly disowns them, but instead, industry peers quietly distance themselves, leaving the star to face the storm alone. Media analysts recalled similar swift industry pivots with other embattled celebrities in the past. Meanwhile, Ryan attempted to lean into humor, something he has long been praised for. However, in the middle of a legal fiasco, his usual lighthearted approach only seemed to underscore the gravity of the accusations surrounding them. Adding to the tension was the ongoing speculation about Colin Jost's role in the controversy. Given that Jost is married to Scarlett Johansson, one of Ryan's well-known ex-partners, many questioned whether personal history was influencing his quips. Whether or not this was true, it became evident that Ryan's comedic charm was no longer resonating with the public as it once did. Blake, on the other hand, reportedly doubled down. Instead of allowing the conversation to fade and focusing solely on her legal case, she employed aggressive public relations tactics that many deemed overzealous. Some media outlets ran triumphant headlines about her lawsuit, declaring major victories. However, legal analysts pointed out that court documents did not support these claims. In reality, many of her requests had been denied or significantly restricted. This led viewers to draw comparisons to other high-profile celebrity battles, where each side exaggerated minor procedural developments to appear as if they had secured major wins. As the PR machinery continued spinning, more figures in the film and television industry began maintaining their distance. Big productions rely on bankable stars with minimal controversy. If co-stars or directors sense that an actor's off-screen reputation is starting to overshadow a project, they may quietly pivot away. Producer chatter shifted from praising Blake to carefully sidestepping any mention of her. Even brand endorsements she had long been associated with started to seem uncertain.